Okay, check. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's see if we're going live. We're going live. I'm Glenn at COAF Field Team on YouTube. A little happy TGIF. Yours truly kind of chilling. Got IPA that I had yesterday. Well, I'm going to have it again today. The dog's with me, the Maltese, Charlie. He's over there hanging out, having himself a drink himself. Water, of course. Anyhow, we're having an IPA in celebration of the upcoming things that are happening this weekend, specifically Texas Fly, Fish, and Brew Festival. I believe there's some folks that might be going out there. Maybe you can reach out and let us know how that went for you. We're kind of getting sidetracked ourselves with some work to be done this weekend from my day job. That's going to keep me kind of sidetracked, but do keep me abreast of what you're hearing out there about the Fly, Fish, and Brew Festival. On top of that, locally we've got the Murphy Complex, City Hall Complex Pond that's going to be stocked with trout. I believe there's going to be a derby tomorrow, and then afterwards it'll be open up for general folks to take a look at. So I've got a little video piece here that I want to show y'all. And let me go shift that over here, put it in. And it's a series of videos from past events or past trips. And just wanted to let y'all see, get an idea of what is out there. So let's check it out.
All right, it's Sunday, February 26th. We're here back at Murphy. We're going to see if we can do some more fly fishing and catch some of these trout. This time we brought the same rod we used yesterday, the Reddington Pursuit, and the 8-weight, or correction, 4-weight and 8-foot length. And then the Ross fly reel in the Fly Start Model 2. All right, let's see what we can do. We'll try these Guadalupanas at first.
So our first cast was a no-go, but luckily our second one made up for it, and we were able to get our first trout of the day. Okay, and you do notice that it's a small pond. Here I'm just using it looks like my little 4-weight fly rod. I think the traditional fly rod. I don't have the OPST on it. And here the trout are kind of hanging out in the middle of the pond. Over the years I've noticed that they tend to be in the same location. It is a fairly deep pond for its size, so do look out for that, as well as it is fairly clear as well when it comes to the water clarity. You can definitely see sometimes really close to the bottom and whatnot.
Came in on us, and it's a little guy, so why don't we let this guy go? Little guy. There's a hit. Missed him. They're closer this time. Looks like they're kind of doing their circle closer to the bank this time, so let's cast not so far. There we go. That's a nice one. Another one we'll keep this time. Oh, shoot. Okay, so far, gotten 3 in the bag. Also, believe released about a couple. And we're hitting off that Guadalupana. And we'll see if we can get some more. We see a lot of folks over here catching some stuff. It looks like the Super Duper's working well again. And in this case, they're not so far. So we'll just cast a little bit closer this time. See what happens. We'll do a slight 10 count delay. And then short pulls. Oh, I had a hit. There it is. Oh, missed them.
So this series of clips, you'll see a lot of missed strikes, but eventually we'll hook up.
Let's go ahead and shorten our line a little. Missed him again. Missed him again. There he is. That one's a good one. He hit it on the move. Oh, missed that one. There we go. Closer up. A little bit closer. Little guy.
When I say closer, I'm kind of fishing parallel to a drop-off on that portion of the pond.
And a little guy. Still counts. We're going to let him go, though. There he is. Close up. He's jumping. Got a jumper. Jumpers are cool. I'll actually keep this one. This will make number 4. Alright, number 4. That one hit it. That one was on. That one was just letting it drift. So I think we'll keep this guy. Actually, we'll let this guy go. We'll let this guy go. I want to fish a little bit longer. There's a hit. So we're pretty close to the top of the surface. Fairly consistent bite. 10-12 count, and then short pulls. Sometimes I'll hit it on the drop, just as it lands. But bottom line, they're there, and we'll keep this one. Or actually, gonna let them go. Pretty close. Don't need to go too far. About maybe 10-15 yards from the bank. Doing a angled cast. Other folks are getting them too, so pretty much everywhere.
Alright, so that was fly fishing. I can't remember when. Let me see if I can take you to the next video. Let's see. Let's see, I think I got it. Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, they stocked Murphy yesterday. Or actually, it was this morning. They had a trout derby. Unfortunately, we had to celebrate National Margarita Day, and then we're gonna go fishing. So we're gonna just do a real quick trip. We're gonna go to a movie here, and we only got like maybe less than an hour to go fish. So wish us luck. So we're still on the way to Murphy, and one of the things that you want to keep in mind when we're headed out there is they filmed that TV show back in the 70s, 80s. TV show Dallas. So we're gonna go right by South Fork where they filmed that show, and it's just gonna be up here on this one turn. Pretty cool place. Been there before when we went there for 95.3 The Range when they used to hold the Texas Music Revolution. Really cool place to hear some music and also see some events, and knowing that they filmed that TV show Dallas. On top of that, we do like the Texas Music Revolution, 94.3 The Range. And now that venue is about, I think it's like a weekend event. So it starts on Friday, ends on Sunday, and there's a bunch of different music. But before, when they used to hold it here, it'd be a one-day event. Okay, so behind us, we've got City Hall. This is over here at the city of Murphy. In front of us, we got the police court, police and court building. And right behind here is going to be where we have the City Complex Hall Pond. Used to be called City Hall Pond, but now they changed it to City Complex Pond because it's more than just City Hall. And we saw some people fishing there, so there's a good likelihood that the trout are there. So let's give it a shot.
All right, it's pretty windy, but we're going to give it a shot. All right, it looks like there are trout here. Let's give it a shot. It is windy. Got that 6-weight TFO with the OPST Skagit head, and we're just going to go with a near deer initially. We did, oh man, we forgot the near deer, or the correction, the gold rib hares ear nymph that we normally bring with us. So, ooh, bummer. Let's see what happens here with just the near deer.
So it's definitely a windy day, but we can see the trout are moving about, and we've got a good chance of hooking up with one or two.
There's it. All right.
And we're fishing the olive near deer on the strike indicator, and basically a dead drift letting the wind do the work.
All right, first one of the day, a little trout on the olive near deer. Cool beans. We're just casting it mid-pond. We can see that they're hitting close to shore. There's a little dip right here.
So the wind's definitely a factor, and we're also getting hits and misses and not doing so good, but we'll finally get our mojo here in a little and get this
get some trout on the line.
On a dead drift, we'll go ahead and let the wind and the waves take care of the action, and we'll just bring it in. All right, number two.
All right, so this next one, we're watching the strike indicator, looking for movement, and we're looking for any movement in that line. So we see the line moving, we just tighten up, and we've got this guy on the line. Cool stuff.
All right, cool beans. All right, we'll just kind of pop it out there.
All right, this next one, just watch the line and see how it will tighten up on us, and we'll just go ahead and tighten the line itself and set the hook.
All right, dead drift seems to work.
So overall, a fun time here at Murphy, catching these stock trout. We're only there for about, just a little bit under an hour because we had the other things to do, but bottom line, it was a fun time.
All right, so what's nice about the OPST Skagit head is we can do a real easy roll cast and get it to where we want, or we can kind of flip it back and shoot it out there. All right, so the wind is kicking up, so we're having to cast kind of upwind, and we'll let it drift to the money zone. There's a hit. There's a hit. There's a hit. Shit, I'm missing it. All right, there we go. Shoot.
Okay, so we lost that one, but luckily we got this guy to take. And we were just doing another one of those dead drifts. We saw the strike indicator go under and set the hook, and sure enough, had him on the line and able to bring him in here shortly. Cool stuff. All right, this next one, you're going to see us change from a dead drift to short pulls. Look like a little change in the pattern. They seem to be wanting to hit the fly instead of just drifting along, kind of like a slow, steady retrieve, with these short pulls kind of enticing him to strike. Alrighty, he's on the line.
Alright, so the bite's on. It's starting to get dark. But luckily, we still have these guys biting. Just a little bit bigger than the other ones. Cool beans. Alright, and this is the cork strike indicator that we were using. About 3 foot from the top. So we'll go ahead and pop that off and save it for another day. Right there. So we have the cork strike indicator about 3 foot above our olive near deer. We forgot the gold rib hares ear nymph that we tied the other day. But bottom line, this is what was biting today. Olive near deer was the key.
All right, so awesome time here at Murphy, over here at City Complex Hall Pond. Trout were biting. I got a lot of missed hook sets, but once we got our mojo back, we were able to limit out fairly easily. And luckily, we almost lost our hat with the wind. It was pretty windy. Went into the water, and luckily another individual was able to, who was wearing Crocs, was able to save our hat. So shout out to the individual who got my hat back. And bottom line, the trout are biting here at Murphy on that olive near deer with the cork strike indicator about 3 foot above the fish and fly. All right, until next time, we'll catch y'all later, and good luck and good fishing.
Okay, it's Sunday, October 1st, first day of the month, and we're here at Murphy, the city of Murphy. It used to be called Murphy City Hall Park Pond or City Hall Pond. Now it's called Murphy City Complex Pond. It's one of the places that we like to come here during the trout stocking season. We got some really good video of that over the years, and I've caught some nice trout here, and we're also going to try it in the off season with the purple damselfly, same fly that we used yesterday at Stony Hollow, and brought the 4-weight, see if our mojo's on today, see if we can get some more bass. Wish us luck. All right, let's see what we can do here. We'll stand off the bank. Water's really clear, so we don't want to spook anything that may be close to the bank. So we'll just stand off a few yards off, and then we'll just kind of cast here. See if we can clear the bank here before we come in closer. All right, let's try this side. All right, there's a hit. All right, first one of the day is going to be, looks like, little bluegill. All right, little bluegill. Tree fish.
And this is during the warmer months after the trout stocking season.
Our grasshopper is in the tree, so we got ourselves a tree fish. Or it got us. And that was our last one, of course, last grasshopper, so we'll have to switch off to something else. Okay, so we lost some flies, finally got one on a near deer. And it looks like it's going to be another bluegill. At least a little bit bigger than the other ones. Yeah, a little bit bigger than the other ones. All right, playing like we're in a river, just letting our fly drift here. And getting these guys to hit. Cool beans. All right, there's one. Just kind of drifting it in the current, and they're hitting it. There we go. Gotcha. This one just set the hook as soon as we saw the fly disappear, and he sucked it in. All right, well, it's mainly just bluegill and sunfish. We've been playing around with all kinds of different flies, and right now we're just settling on this little dragonfly variant that we make. Other than that, it's no bruises today, but we'll be calling it quits here shortly. All right, well, this one went for that dragonfly, and he jumped pretty good too. Let's see if we can get him above this stuff here. Kind of let him run a little. There we go. All right. There we go. All right. Kind of just nipped at the fly. Well, we kind of got him stuck on some brush. Hopefully we don't lose it. All right. I think we almost got him at arm's length. There we go. All right. All right, well, we finally got a bass after a bunch of those little bluegill on the that dragonfly variant. One and only bass today. Still a good one. All right, till next time, we'll catch you later, and good luck and good fishing.
Murphy City Hall Pond for bass, April 26, 2014.
All right, so this is an old one from back in 2014 when I was using a GoPro Hero
ended up
1 or 2.
Catching our first bass on a grasshopper. Bass number 1 this round. It's a small pond in the city of Murphy just down the road from us. Here we're getting another strike. Like you said, there were trout stocked earlier this year. But things have warmed up, and now it's time to start catching some bass. So I went out with a foam grasshopper, and this one's putting good strain on our 4-weight. Almost got him.
And that's that 4-weight fly rod with the Ross Fly Start 2 that I'm using.
Here it is. Bass number 2. Going to take a quick measure, and after quick measurement, this one went about 15 inches. Not bad. So I moved on, got another hit on the other side of the pond.
And oh, by the way, I've been out there before with some larger bass lingering in the area or lurking in the area. Got them on video as well as caught some over the years. I think there's a video from way back where I used a GoFish camera. And I got some good footage of the bass just kind of tagging away at some live bait. So hey, that's a fun one. And one thing about this pond is if you look at the signage, it actually allows you to keep fish per the Texas fishing regulations, Texas Parks and Wildlife fishing regulations. So do read the sign there, heed the information, and you might be able to keep a nice sized fish or two. I know there's some good sized catfish as well as bass in there. Hey, let's go back to the video.
Through us. We'll slow down the video here. There's a little bass that's jumping out of the water while we're still fighting the other bass. And right behind it is another bass that went and swallowed the little bass. Went on to the shallows and kind of on the bank as they were chasing, or actually after it took the little bass, while we're still fighting the other bass. So here's the one that we're fighting. And here he is. Bass number 5.
Oh yeah, so bring back some memories from back in 2014.
A lot of fun. Until next time, good luck and good fishing.
Alright, let's see what the next video is. Again, these are a series of videos from Murphy.
Alright, it's Saturday, February 20. We're here in the city of Murphy, checking out the trout derby. It's their annual derby that they've held here at the city complex pond. We're gonna give it a shot here. Brought out the Mardi Gras near deer. Let's see if it works this round. Wish us luck. They're right by the shoreline in this spot. Looks like maybe they're not doing too well though. So let's see if we can get something. We can definitely see them hugging the shoreline. A bunch of them look like they're dying, but there's a bunch still in the water that we see moving around. And we kind of have to wait until they start the contest here. So we'll just hang out here for a little bit.
Fishing license is required. Thank you guys for coming out. We hope you had a great day of fishing, and we'll hope to see you next year.
So the derby ended, and we gave it a shot, and sure enough, we get a bite on that Mardi Gras near deer. So there's trout number 1 in hand. So we kept at it again, another cast. Sure enough, get another strike. Also on that Mardi Gras near deer. Cool stuff. Alright, so we get 2 in the bag, then we get this third one to hit. But unfortunately, it gets away. So we tried other things slowed down for us. We tried other flies, Patriot and Rainbow Warrior on a tandem ring got this guy. And then eventually, after a short while, after a long while actually, we ended up finding the pattern again. These next few will be on the olive near deer. But we did try other things to include a Griffith's gnat that we were fishing it dry, as well as letting it sink, and they were going for it. We also used a high stick retrieve while we were fishing, as well as a slow swing of the rod, giving it a twitch every once in a while. And we'll kind of demo those here. But most of the strikes were just below the surface.
All right, pretty one here.
Also, those polarized glasses did make a difference. Definitely saw them chasing our fishing fly. And for the most part, we were working parallel to the blank. One thing that we did see was schools of fish going by, and one would break away from the school and then strike. So here's the high retrieve where we're holding the rod high. One's going to break from the school. We set the hook, and you notice how close it was to the shore. It was about 3 foot back from when we first had it chasing it. Here we'll give it a slight switch and get or twitch, and you get them on the hook set. So we swing the rod slow, slight twitch, and got a hit. Later on, we did try the Patriot as well as a gold rib here, gold rib hare's ear nymph, and this one ended up liking that olive near deer. Here's that slow swing of the rod, setting the hook, bringing them in. So a lot of fun. Overcast, warm day, still a lot of fun. And definitely like that Mardi Gras near deer. Next time we'll catch y'all later, and good luck and good fishing.
Okay, we're here in the city of Murphy. They stocked the pond at the city complex pond yesterday. There was a trout derby. A lot of rain though. Not sure how it went, but today it's a much nicer day. And we brought the Rio Trout Max, and then we went ahead and brought that little 5-weight, or that 5-weight that we were using with just a line, no reel. And if we got time, we'll see if we can get some playing around with that rod as well. Wish us luck. We see some fish jumping. We see some people catching. So let's see what we can do. Looks like Castmasters and Super Dupers are working really well. We're gonna go with the white olive, or white near deer this time. Olive.
Alrighty, and this is one of the trips where I went with the one little 4-weight, as well as I was doing the 1 rod, no reel, and quality fly line demo. and they had that derby earlier, and I was able to make it back there again. I think it's like maybe 3-4 years ago. Yeah. And one of the things that I've seen consistently over the years when you're fishing the Murphy Pond is the key here is there's a drop off about 3 to 6 to 10 feet where you can actually catch the trout really close to shore. So don't forget about those trout that are nearby. And then the other thing is a lot of times it's really clear. This time it was kind of murky or cloudy, but overall it's been sometimes it's it's so clear that you can actually see the bottom. And when it comes to trout at Murphy, which they are stocking, I believe today, if not tomorrow, in preps for this trout derby. It's scheduled for the 25th, so those that are able to make it out there, I do recommend taking the kids out there, give it a try, and then afterwards try it yourself. And you got a good week or two where you might be able to limit out, and then then things will die out after that. But hey, it's a fun time. Trout tastes good too when you have different recipes and whatnot. And other than that, well, let's go ahead and keep watching the video.
Hopefully he'll stay on. There he is. All right. Let's go and bring him in. This one's going for the Griffiths net. We're seeing a hatch happening right now, so they may be eating those, and hopefully that Griffiths net's simulating it. All right, we got number 3 on the line now. Both of them went for the Griffiths net. So that hatch may be what the key is right now. We'll see. Just clear the line here. This time we're watching our shooting head and see if anything hits it. We'll set the hook right when we see it move. Missed it again. Alright, let's see if we can shoot one out there. Alright, there you go. Good cast. Alright, this one hit fairly close again. And it looks like it's on that Griffiths net again, so they're hitting the trailing fly instead of going for the near deer. Okay, so we got 4 in the bag now. We're going to play around and see if we get one more, and then maybe we'll try that rod with no reel. Let's see how that one feels. Last one, number 5, is a jumper. Let's guess and see if he went for, yep, he went for the trailing Griffiths net. All right, cool beans. Okay, we got ourselves a limit. There it is. Some small ones mixed in there, but not as big as some of these other ones that we've been seeing. But bottom line, we got our limit. Got them on a tandem rig. Initially on that near deer. What we noticed was something was hatching out there, so ended up switching over to the tandem rig. Now let's go and play with that one rod with no reel.
All right, it's Sunday, February 26th. We're here back at Murphy. We're going to see if we can do some more fly fishing and catch some of these trout.
Alrighty, that said, that was a fun time fishing Murphy. That's a series of videos that I posted, I think, well, a while now. I had some back in, I think, 2014 or so, and the place has definitely grown. But they have consistently had a derby, I think, every year, except I think they skipped one year. And I just checked online. There is a derby scheduled for tomorrow. I think it's like 9 or 9:30 or so. Check it out. Just look up City of, or Trout Derby, Murphy, Texas, and you should get that information there. Should be a fun time with the kids and whatnot. And well, one thing to take away from it is. Let's see, let me shift over real quick to that video right here. Don't be surprised if you catch a trout or two fairly close to shore. A lot of times I'll fish this pond and I'll notice the bluegill or something will be hitting just close to the edge of the pond, maybe 2 to 6 to 10 feet off the bank. Well, what happens is there's a drop-off, a significant drop-off that comes right off this pond. I've seen it before when the water levels were low, and I also have seen it with a little Go Fish camera that I had put in the water. And there is a fair amount of fish that'll linger or lurk near shore. So when you're casting here, don't forget there's some fish that'll be lingering nearby, near the bank. And additionally, don't be surprised if you start seeing some schools of trout hitting on the surface and feeding on something, and they're ignoring everything you're throwing at it. Typically what happens then is there's a hatch going on. They're feeding on something that is hatching, little midges, bugs, and whatnot. And so what you want to do is be able to shift to that pattern, or that match the hatch, as they say. Other times I've used a bait finesse ultralight bait casting gear, and I have really good success there, especially with the super duper, trying different retrieves. One year they wanted just a steady retrieve. Another year they wanted a very slow retrieve. One where I cast it out and I'm barely moving the handle on my reel, and they're just kind of nipping at it and then eventually committing to the bite, and boom, I'm getting the strike. So don't be surprised if you do that. And then of course you do have your opportunity to, you do have that opportunity to use a what do you call it, Carolina rig, or for power bait and whatnot. That's always a good sure bet in catching a few. Try it with some power bait, be it the dough bait, where you kind of form a ball on the hook you're using, or even using some power bait, power worms or mice tail. So those are always good things to keep in mind. Anyhow, let me shift back here. I just wanted to run a series of videos for Murphy City Complex Pond, or Murphy City Hall Pond. It's changed over the years. Bottom line, it's the pond by City Hall over there at Murphy. And they're having a trout derby tomorrow, February 25th. If you have the opportunity to fish it with your kids, give it a try. If not, wait a little bit after and do stop by and give it a try. I've got some work things to do tomorrow, but at some point I'm hoping to make it over there this weekend, be it tomorrow or possibly Sunday, and maybe get me a limit or two, or correction, a limit of 5, so that I can maybe do some more pan fried fish fishing, or fish recipes. Anyhow, thanks for joining me on a Friday TGIF. Getting used to using this hardware on this ATM Switch Mini Pro video switcher. Gives me the opportunity to kind of flip-flop between videos and talk about things and present to folks some potential things that they might want to keep in mind. And then, oh, by the way, things are going to warm up here soon, and I'll be out there kayak fishing again, and hopefully I can give you some videos there, be it over there at Lake Lavon or at Lake Tuxoma. And additionally, don't forget about Denison Dam and the tail race. There's always some good things happening there. And then other than that, I guess in preparation for Texas Fly Fish and Brew Festival, well, I had an IPA. Now we have a Shiner Bock. In preparation for that, let's have a beer or two. All right. Anyhow, for those that are able to make it to the Fly Fish and Brew Festival, let us know how that goes. I heard some really good things. I'm kind of tied up with making it out there with some day job requirements, but I do make it a point to make it to TRWD Fly Fest, which is in March on the banks of the Trinity by the Acme Brick headquarters. That is always a fun one. I've been to every single one every year, and well, hopefully the streak will continue with this year. So if you do see us out there, it may be me, it may be some other folks on the team, but hopefully I can get some live streaming, especially of that big trout contest out there. So until next time, catch y'all later, and good luck and good fishing.